Welcome to another session in our series on programming for Android with App Inventor. My name is Stephen Hughes. This video serves as an overview to our unit on conditional processing. So in our last unit, we learned about doing arithmetic and manipulating text using arithmetic and text operators. This time we're going to talk about two other types of operators that allow us to ask questions of our data. What do I mean by that? Well, suppose that I asked you to compute the hourly wages for somebody. Unlike the problems in our last unit, there isn't a simple, straightforward formula for computing this, right? I mean, the answer really is, it depends. Depends on what? Did this person work overtime? Before I can give you an answer, I have to analyze the data for certain conditions. In this case, I need to understand whether or not the hours the person worked exceeds 40, which is the standard for overtime pay. And this is what I mean by asking questions of our data. And I do this using relational and logical operators. But that's only part of the picture, right? Once the app knows whether or not the person has earned overtime pay, it still needs to process that answer. Specifically, it needs to execute one set of instructions if the overtime is earned, and another set of instructions if there's no overtime. Right? There's two different ways to compute a person's hourly wages. So I'm going to work through this example, this overtime example, in detail in our first skills demonstration and show you how to use App Inventor to implement it. It's a really great example of how we ask simple questions of our data. In our second skills demonstration, we'll build on that by asking more complex questions, and we'll do this in the context of a gradebook app. The ability to do conditional processing adds quite a bit of power to our programs because it really opens the door to interactivity. Once we have the mechanics down, we'll work together to create a simple dice rolling app, and then we'll extend that a little bit further to build some dice games. I also have a try it out activity planned where I'll describe a problem and you take the lead on building a solution. But then you can always compare that to the solution that I provide for you. And we'll do that in the context of a Likert scale app. Finally, of course, there's still going to be some homework too. So let's go ahead and get started.